What's up, everybody? Hello and welcome to Thursday night's edition of the Dirty Old Bastards Racing League. Thanks for coming to hang out with us. We are live here on twitch.tv/elbowsuptv, live on the DOB Facebook page, as well as the DOB YouTube page. And we're about to do some racing and stuff. That's the plan anyway. We're gonna race cars. Tonight, it is the USA International Speedway and the DOB WoO 410 Wing Sprint Car Series. 86 degrees. This track is going to take a beating. And we have a lot of cars lined up ready to do some racing. We've got real sprint car racing going on at Knoxville on Dirt Vision. But that is not stopping about 40 guys from hopping in and getting ready to do battle here in Dirty Old Bastard competition. We're watching Kevin Click right now, waiting on Trading Paints to catch up with us here. Kevin Click is currently second in practice. Kendall Tucker right now fastest in practice. Weston Newell third. Nathan Davis fourth. Billy Rowley fifth. 2 minutes and 40 seconds left in hot laps here. Let's take a look at our championship standings right now. Skylar Brown is the man at the top of the board, 66 points ahead of Chris Roberts. Craig Dunn third, Randy Hannigan, Mason. I read it every time. It says Randy Hannigan. It's Mason Hannigan. And Kevin Hanley rounding out your top five. Skylar Brown, our points leader, currently sits sixth in hot laps at the moment. Kyle Sosnowski out there doing some laps. The USA International Speedway. No Billy Rowley here tonight. He's in the car. There he is. The Tuna Can 79 himself, turning laps, getting ready for tonight's events. Who was that in the 116 upside down in the wall? That was Kevin Gunther. So I will be going solo tonight, which is not all that uncommon. How's it going, Weston? Jeffrey, glad to have you here. Jeffrey's not racing tonight, is he? Probably at work. Weston's out there. Nearly 50 cars signed in, man. We got ourselves a big field here tonight. See John Batista starting to do more races here. Braden Eiler, James Tiernan. I think Batista just moved, if I'm not mistaken. So now that he is settled, we should see him more often, which is great, because I think when he is on his game, when he is warmed up and in season mode, Batista is, I think, one of the fastest drivers in the simulation, personally. We got Zarfos, we got Thomas, we got Steinke, Scheidt, Satterfield, Steele, Cannon, Smolders, Bergeron, the reigning WoO champion, hanging out in his 16 tonight. Landis, Strickler. We got all the boys ready to turn some laps in earnest here the Virtual USA International. Let's head on out on track with our current points leader, Skylar Brown, in the 10. Why not go on board? On the high side of the track, trying to build that momentum. Green flag for his first lap of qualifications. A little bit of slider line action. Hear that motor bogged down there. Got a lot of gear in that thing. Biggest track that we go to here, USA. Uses a lot of fuel. Skylar is currently second. It is Weston Newell. The top of the timesheets right now. I love that paint. Weston Newell running the for sale scheme. I'm glad we checked that out. Weston moves to third quick. John Batista, we just talked about him. P1, quick time, 18.704 momentarily. More people to come. Sosnowski goes P2. Craig Dunn P4. Kendall Tucker out there doing battle in his 46. Alex Bergeron off track. He qualified 16th. Alex Smolders, 23rd quick. Blake Cannon, 7th quick. Tucker going to stay 6th. Mason Hannigan sporting a new scheme here. Looks like he is done with his laps, and that's it for qualifications, actually. So, quick time goes to the number 35 of John Batista. Black Diamond Motorsports machine. I do believe he's 35 in the league, but I think he's 54 on the car. So I'll have to check that out. Here we go. He is. That is our quick time here tonight in race number 1 competition. TimSims.com on the side of that machine. Wow, what a heat race we got here. Goodness gracious. Bryce Bailey on pole. Joshua Steinke in the Black Diamond number 80 to his outside. Tyler Schell, elbows up SimSport driver with quick time John Batista to his outside. Chris Roberts and Billy Rowley, row number 3. We're waiting on Alex Smolders to fire in to the inside of row number 4. There he is, Kinzer Sim Team Machine. He's got Aaron Schaefer to his outside. It will be Jared Ridge in the 12 loading in. There is Jared. Brandon Steele to his outside in the 105. Rounding out your field will be Bill Rocky, and we are waiting on Brett Strickler, but I don't know if Brett's going to make the call here. Brett, Dave Blaney Sim Team, number 38, Cognitive Warriors on the side of that car. So we will start rolling here momentarily for heat race number 1. We're going to go 10 laps. Top 4 will advance to tonight's A main. Brett Strickler did indeed miss the call here for heat race number 1. As we said, 86 degrees, the air temp, which is going to make this track go away quickly. And with just about or over 50 cars, there's going to be a lot of laps turned here. Now, this is the largest track that these cars race on all season. It also uses the most fuel. It also has the tendency to create a lot of cautions. It's not quite the paperclip corners that we see at Williams Grove, but they're pretty darn close. So we might be in for some hurt feelings and some upset people before the night is over. But that's okay. Weston, he, oh my gosh, it's got the Murtaugh fuel sheet. Buy it. Weston's saying that Nygaard should try the old Smoke Johnson trick. So Bryce Bailey, easy for me to say, on the pole. Joshua Steinke to his outside. Tyler Schell and John Batista. Row number 2. We're getting ready to go here for heat race number 1. 10 laps, top 4 advance. Here we go. Good start for Bailey. Tyler Schell to the inside of the 80 of Steinke. He's going to put the slide job in. Steinke going to do the over-under, trying to bring his teammate Batista with him. That you saw there, that 85 car shoot down the racetrack after he come off the corner. That is standard operating procedure for USA Raceway, and it also creates a lot of those cautions that we talked about. Hit, there you go. I mean, it's going to be a thing all night, ladies and gentlemen. It's so hard to keep that car from shooting down the racetrack off of the corners, and it will get increasingly harder as the track wears out, because this place likes to get severely bumpy on the straightaways, especially out of the corners. And those bumps will wreak havoc on these teams here tonight. Race for the lead. Joshua Steinke putting the slide job in on Bryce Bailey. Bailey back to the bottom, going to try to take it back. He makes it happen with a shallow slide job into turn 3. Steinke trying to power back, unable to do so. Bailey doing everything he needs to do at the moment. Steinke once more hitting that low line. This time really got through there. Well, Bailey tries to fight back, but he is cleared. Second place now for Bryce Bailey as Joshua Steinke takes the race lead. He's going to protect that low line. Tyler Schell still trying to get around the 54 of Batista. Billy Rowley in 5th, right now in front of the 311 of Alex Smolders. These guys need some mistakes to happen out front. Brandon Steele has run into trouble. He is off the track. Now, Batista starting to make some waves. He went around the outside of Bryce Bailey. Now to second place. He's got 2 laps left to catch his teammate, Joshua Steinke. Steinke, of course, last season's 360 champion. Back before we split the series into a Race 1 and Race 2 championship. Once we are done here. Ooh, caution flag going to wave here as we take the white. Problems for Aaron Schaefer, I do believe. Oh, wow. That thing shot straight down the racetrack and he was unable to catch it. Realizing the race was basically over and more cars were coming, he decided to get off the racing surface. So that's going to do it for heat race number 1. Checkered flag going to fly. Joshua Steinke taking the win. He will start on pole for tonight's A main. John Batista able to get to 2nd, who will start 6th. That's the difference. That's 1 position in the heat races here. 1 position will move you back 5 spots. Sorry, 4 spots. We only got 4 heat races. But that's how important it is. Makes a big difference for your chances come the main. Bryce Bailey, Tyler Schell, the final 2 to transfer to the A main. Rowley and Smolders are going to head to the B. And heat race number 2 getting ready to fire. Starting lineup for heat race number 2. On the pole on the 110, it is Kevin Hanley. And to his outside in the 005 Kinzer Sim Team Machine, Braden Eiler. Kendall Tucker in the 46, Swindell Speed Lab driver inside row number 2 with Kyle Sosnowski in the 177. Ryan Martin in the 024, and that is a really nice looking car. Hold on a second. I like it. Good colors, good colors. Ryan Martin in the 24. Ryan Scheidt to his outside. Nathan Davis in the Black Diamond 36 inside row 4 with Nicholas McGathy to the outside. Brett Michalski in the 173. And William Duvall round out your field. 10 laps. Tristan Garrison in the chat. Calling out for Mr. Sosnowski. Probably my favorite name to call out on these broadcasts. New name, too. We just started seeing him here this week, but good to have him. Tyson Landis. Not showing up for the heat race here. Just like Brett Strickler from the first race. Kind of strange, but... So, like we said, 4 heat races here tonight. Top 4 advance from each heat race. And that's 4, every spot that you gain in the heat, in the transfer, is 4 spots in your starting position in the feature. Very important. Here we go. Going to go green off of turn number 4. Kevin Hanley has him. Great start for Hanley. Eiler did a pretty good job of holding off Kendall Tucker there. Woo! Tucker got in, caught that bump, was way out of sorts. He's going to lose a couple positions, maybe. Ryan Scheidt and Ryan Martin making contact. Martin got the worst of it, but he was able to straighten that car out and get it back going. Unfortunate for Ryan Martin, who was trying to jump on the mistake by Kendall Tucker. Tucker basically saved by that contact because he was able to hold that 4th and final transfer spot. Kevin Hanley using that slider line, man, that worked really well for him there through 3 and 4. Braden Eiler running in 2nd. You can see 3rd place, Sosnowski. 4th place, Kendall Tucker. Problems on the backstretch for William Duvall. He has got that thing into pit lane. Braden Eiler looking to use that high line to make a move here on Kevin Hanley. So far not working out. You can see that extra distance that he runs in turn 3 there. Makes him lose time to Mr. Hanley. But look through 1 and 2. That's where Eiler's making his move. Eiler going to copy Hanley now through 3 and 4. Actually, try to stick on the bottom. Didn't work any better than the top there, but he's trying. Eiler really doing well through 1 and 2. He catches Hanley, but it's 3 and 4 where Hanley is able to make his gap. That slider line just working so much better than the outside lane. Now Eiler's going to try the slider line here through 1 and 2. He's going to make it stick. I think Hanley got a little crossed up on the cushion, but then Eiler got crossed up. That allowed Hanley back by. Sosnowski's going to come through with a little bit of a bump. So Braden Eiler now relegated to 3rd. He's going to fight back here and able to get by Sosnowski. Can he hold it? This time he does. Eiler going to protect the bottom. All the while this battle is happening, Kevin Hanley is going off in the distance. Riding on board with Braden Eiler. Currently running 2nd. You can see Kevin Hanley up there making time on these cars. Kyle Sosnowski right there with Eiler. White flag is out. You see how rough that cushion is, and it got him into the fence. Sosnowski able to get it back under control. Kendall Tucker is the man looking to make a move there on Sosnowski. Not going to happen. Hanley run out of fuel. The race leader out of fuel. We've got multiple cars out of fuel. Tucker is out. Ryan Martin is out. Ryan Scheidt's going to take the final transfer. Nathan Davis makes his way in. Braden Eiler's going to win heat race number 2. Sosnowski second. Davis and Scheidt transfer. Martin and McGathey go to the B. As our race leader, Kevin Hanley and Kendall Tucker, who was in a transfer spot, both run out of fuel. We said it. We said it early on. Fuel always plays a part here. This is the largest track these cars run. And you want to try to save every bit of weight that you possibly can. It seems kind of silly to cut weight like that when that could be what happens to your race going from the lead to out. But, you know, every pound counts. That's what helps make that car as fast as it is. In real life terms, 1 gallon of fuel is 7 pounds. I'm not sure that it... I mean, I'm sure iRacing translates it the same way, but... Yeah, Ryan Martin, recipient of a couple of spots there as everybody... I think Ryan ran out too, but he ran out later than everybody else. All right, starting lineup here for heat race number 3. Kyle Stoltz in the 0-1. Kevin Click to his outside in the Team SETI machine. Swindell Speed Lab driver Blake Cannon inside row 2 with Weston Newell in his Team SETI 222, which has the for sale sign on it tonight. Elbows up SimSport driver James Tiernan driving the number 98 here tonight. David Flick to his outside in the 56. Dakota Kuhn in the 95 has Black Diamond Sean Wallenfels Jr. to his outside. Brian Johnson in the 121 with Todd LeBoux in row number 5. And Dawson Hess and Alan Lieber rounding out your field. So, let's see what happens here. Martin said he had 9 gallons in that machine, and he ran out of fuel. So, it seems like a gallon a lap is what you're needing. And I'm sure these guys in heat race number 3 took note of what happened that last time. Stoltz, going to give him green right here. Stoltz bringing him down slowly. Got a good jump. Maybe even a little bit of a push there from Blake Cannon. In the 39, Cannon goes to the bottom side of the racetrack. Tiernan, ooh, that was Brian Johnson who had an issue. Caution flag going to wave for Brian Johnson. Let's back this up. He is off the track now. See the front wheels picking up as that thing... Looked like Johnson caught that bump that caught Kendall Tucker out in heat race number 2, but instead of turning the rear end out, it actually set him driving into the infield wall. So Brian Johnson making contact with that inside retaining wall. Sean Wallenfeld's out of this race as well. What happened to Sean? He's on the outside 3 wide with Dakota Kuhn. Yeah, there's that little issue that you have coming off the corner as that car likes to shoot across the racetrack. David Flick got some of that as well. And Flick is done. So we've got 3 cars out of this race. And we just went through turn 3. Make that 4 cars, as Dakota Kuhn has parked his car as well. Goodness gracious. 2 corners, 4 cars out. Wow. Stoltz, Click, Tiernan was able to get 2 spots there around Blake Cannon and Weston Newell. Dawson Hess, Todd LeBoux, Alan Lieber, David Flick. Flick is the first car off the track. So only 8 cars on track right now. Should see the lights on the pace truck go out this time. Kyle Stoltz, your race leader. Heat race number 3, not quite to halfway. We're going to be working lap 5 here as we get back going. Kevin Click in second, Tiernan third, Blake Cannon holding on to that 4th and final transfer spot. We are going green. Kyle Stoltz. Another good start for Stoltz. Tiernan got a good one too. He's going to take a move on Kevin Click here. That car sticking right there in the middle of the racetrack, even through the slick. Look at Tiernan. James Tiernan from 5th to 2nd. Problems for Blake Cannon. Caution flag gonna wave as a Swindell Speed Lab driver has an issue on lap number 5. Weston Newell is in it as well. Let's back this up. You see Newell behind Cannon. Cannon's going to get into... Well, no, okay. Let's take a look and see what happened to Weston here. I mean... Let's watch this. Cannon gets a real good run off of turn 2. See Dawson Hess there as well. Hess is going to put the slider in. Watch. I don't think he's going to be able to see Cannon. Wings in the way, but then, yeah. I'm a little perplexed, honestly. But I think what we saw there was similar to what we saw with Braden Eiler in his heat race. You saw how Hanley was able to utilize the slider line and make a lot more time there through 3 and 4 than Eiler was on the high side. Cannon took to the high side. Hess ran the slider line. Weston was just, a couple lanes under. And I think they just did not expect to be that much faster than Kendall Tucker. Or Blake Cannon, I'm sorry. I don't think they expected to be that much faster than Blake, and before they knew it, they were on top of him. So, strange little incident there. Top 4, Stoltz, Tiernan, Click, and Hess right now. Hess is up 7 spots. Weston Newell is still on track, so we've got 7 cars out there. Newell's going to need some help. We're only taking 4 to the A. And there's only going to be 2 laps left in this race when we get back going. Rough heat race number 3 so far. Kyle Stoltz, here we go. Not as good as a start this time for Tiernan, but he's got a really good car right now. And Tiernan's got to run down the backstretch. James Tiernan in the 98 takes control of the race lead. He has Stoltz cleared. Man, I tell you what, that car is working really good through 1 and 2. Watch him. He's not on the cushion, and he drives off the corner through the slick to catch that moisture. And that's what gave him the run down the backstretch there on Kyle Stoltz. 2 more corners. James Tiernan is going to win here in heat race number 3. Kyle Stoltz second, Kevin Click third, and 4th place is going to belong to the 257 of Dawson Hess. Fantastic drive there from Tiernan, 5th place to 1st, and he is going to earn the inside 2nd row starting spot in tonight's A main. Final heat race loading up now. Look who it is on the pole. Yeah, Weston in the chat talking about what we were talking about. He did not think he would be faster than Blake Cannon, and all of a sudden, he was on top of him. It's hard to judge, man. That's, you know, it's just one of those deals. We talked about Alex Bergeron. I think he was 16th, and he finished 16th in qualifying. That is what gave him the front row starting spot here in heat race number 4. Great spot for Alex Bergeron, who we're used to seeing come from the rear of the field. Now, this is not something you want to see. You don't want the fastest guy in sprint car racing to start on the pole. It's like letting Donnie Schatz do that. Come on. But it is Alex Bergeron on the pole. Went to his outside in the 22. It's Mason Hannigan, Team SETI machine. Skylar Brown, our points leader, inside row number 2 with the 057 of Craig Dunn. Justin Thomas in the Mode Motorsports machine inside row number 3, and he's got the 51 of Jeremy Zarfos. 51 on my board, 19 in the sim. You can see that beautiful car. Love that car. That is a paint by Tunican machine. Robert Satterfield not making the call for this race, so that means John Bragman and Kevin Gunther will be row number 4. Alexander Balducci, Nathan Kropaszewski, row 5. And Lance Heinberger rounding out your field. So, Jason Nygaard saying Schatz is overrated. Peyton Grease seconding that. And y'all are nuts. Y'all are nuts. Alex Bergeron going to give him green here in heat race number 4 off of turn number 4. Here we go. Great start for Bergeron. As if it could go any other way. Skylar Brown looking to get around the Team SETI number 22 of Mason Hannigan. Hannigan doing something similar to what we saw Tiernan do there. Getting that good run down the backstretch. Justin Thomas from 5th, already up to 3rd. Zarfos is the man looking to get around Skylar Brown now. Boy, Thomas has got a really good car on the bottom there. He is sticking with the bottom, following Bergeron, who's always... I don't want to call Bergeron a bottom feeder because he goes where he needs to go. But the man works the bottom better than any other in this simulation. You saw there Thomas and Hannigan getting caught up there for a moment. Luckily, that car ghosted out. Otherwise, there would have been serious contact like there was right there. Hannigan has come down the racetrack and stepped into Thomas's line, so he's going to have to try and do something different, which he will do here through 1 and 2. Justin Thomas to the high side of the track. Get this wider angle here as Zarfos looks to make a move on the Mode Motorsports. Number 9, you saw that car step out on him. That's going to give Skylar Brown another look, and actually Craig Dunn's going to try to follow him through, and does. You can see the gap that Bergeron is building out front, making the bottom work. Hannigan, Thomas, all right there. Skylar Brown is now the guy in the 4th and final transfer position. Yeah, Mason's got a good-looking car. I like those colors. That's similar to Batista's machine, which I think is pretty good-looking. We're used to seeing this. This guy stinking up the show. He is, quite frankly, the best in the biz right now. He earned it. He won the World of Outlaws iRacing Championship. So, I'll have no shame in claiming that. There's a couple of drivers I put in his league for sure. David Heilemann, great behind the wheel of these cars. We always see a handful of guys able to battle it out there up front. But it's really, really hard to beat this guy when he's on. Craig Dunn right now in that fourth and final transfer position. He has been able to get around Skylar Brown. Peyton Grease, after saying Schatz was overrated, now he's going to say Alex Bergeron is overrated. And I think you just made my point, Peyton. I rest my case. I'll let the jury decide. White flag is out. Alex Bergeron has 4 more corners to take victory here in heat race number 4. Second place, Mason Hannigan trying to finish it off as Craig Dunn tries to get third off of Justin Thomas. 1 spot, good for 4 in the feature, so he's giving it a shot. Not going to happen. Bergeron, Hannigan, Thomas, and Dunn will transfer. Skylar Brown and Jeremy Zarfos will end up heading to the B main. Next race will be our D main as we get ready for some alphabet soup. Still very hot in our virtual race land. Features 25 laps tonight, Leaf. 25 lap feature here tonight, which is standard operating procedure for USA International, as we saw, because fuel can be a serious issue. Brett Strickler has loaded into this race, trying to make adjustments there, pulling on the belts. For whatever reason, only 7 of the 13 drivers signed in to this race actually made the call here. 4 of them will transfer. So let's talk about our lineup. On the pole in the 388, it is Nathan Kropaszewski. Aaron Schaefer in the 77 to his outside. William Duvall the second and Dakota Kuhn make up row number 2, with Sean Wallenfels and Kevin Gunther row 3. Rounding out your field is the 38 of Brett Strickler. I don't know, Leaf. The way this game goes sometimes, you might want to put 30 gallons in this bad boy. See if you can make some positions when people run out. Might not hurt you a bit. Remember when we had that all-green race at Knoxville and the leader ran out, and then second place took the lead and he ran out, and then third place took the lead and he ran out, and then fourth place won the damn thing. It was great. Actually, it was Nygaard who was leading it. And he unfortunately ran out coming out of turn 2. Here we go. Green flag coming for the D main. 10 laps to distance. Kropaszewski got a fantastic start. Big jump there as he caught everybody else off guard. Schaefer starting to reel him in. Oh, my goodness. Good news for Schaefer. He was able to control that crash. Let's back it up. You see Kropaszewski out of sorts. Starts the tank slapping. Heavy, heavy impact there to the inside wall. Let's watch it from Schaefer's angle. What do you do? Let me give Schaefer some credit, however. He drove it out of that. Absolutely drove it out of that crash. Because if he wasn't steering the proper way, it could have went back across the track into other cars or into the fence. Watch this. Did everything right. Maybe a little bit of luck, but he did everything right. But sadly, Aaron Schaefer now out of this race as well. Must have got too much damage there. So, look at the man in the race lead. It's our good buddy Zardul the Great from the Twitch chat. William Duvall right now leading the D main. Dakota Kuhn in second. Sean Wallenfels third. Brett Strickler in fourth. Right now, Kevin Gunther is the only man in this race who is on the outside looking in. 4 transfer. We've got 5 on track. So everybody got to mind their P's and Q's. When we go back green, it will be lap 5. William Duvall has control of this race. He's going to give him green here off of turn 4. And we're off. Dakota Kuhn got a little sideways there coming out of turn 4. He looks to the outside of the 132 who is rolling the bottom. Kuhn with a pretty good run, not to the side there. Brett Strickler rolling the bottom really well at the moment. He's doing battle there with Wallenfels. Duvall holding his own pretty well right now. He's got Wallenfels who dove to the inside, however. He's got to make way nearly coming across the track into Strickler. All 4 of these boys running very, very hard, but any bit of contact can ruin them because Kevin Gunther is right there waiting on a mistake. Dakota Kuhn and Sean Wallenfels battling it out for the race lead. Kuhn just a lane off the top and Wallenfels right on the cushion. Really good battle here in the D main. Problems for William Duvall. Let's see if we can get a replay here. Oh my goodness. No caution came out, so we didn't see this. Strickler got crossed up. Duvall made contact. Luckily for Strickler, Duvall was unable to continue, which automatically gives Strickler the final transfer. So even though he's way back in 4th, it's still 4th. Wallenfels and Kuhn doing battle for the lead here. White flag is out. Saw those 2 boys make contact there. Kuhn right side by side going into 3. He's got a shot at him. Gonna stay at the bottom of the track. Can he get off the corner well enough? Not quite. Sean Wallenfels gonna take the victory here in the D main. Dakota Kuhn in 2nd. 3rd place, Kevin Gunther. And Brett Strickler will round out the 4 cars transferring on to the C. Appreciate everybody who's tuned in to twitch.tv/elbowsuptv. We're also live on the DOB Facebook and YouTube pages. Yeah, that was unfortunate, Zardul. Getting ready to roll here with the 12-lap C main. Gonna do some racing here tonight. A little bit of racing. 25 laps is the A main feature. This is still the race 1 event here. We will have another full event after this race. So we'll be around for quite a while tonight. Grab you a cold beverage of your choosing, some snacks, settle in. Hell, it might be tomorrow before we get done. You never know. That is USA International Speedway for you. Starting lineup here for the C main. On the pole in the 05, it is Alan Lieber, and he's got the 017 of John Bragman to his outside. Bill Rocky and Kevin Hanley make up row number 2. Blake Cannon and Sean Wallenfels, who's actually, there's 2 cars ahead of him that did not make the call here, so he's going to move to the 6th starting position. Great for him. Jared Ridge and Kevin Gunther. Then David Flick, Dakota Kuhn, and Brett Strickler round out your field. Alan Lieber has control of these cars. And we're going green off of turn number 4. Here we go. Oh boy. These cars are starting to dance. That means trouble. Blake Cannon made contact with another driver. That was Bill Rocky, who is now backwards. Caution flag will fly. I thought he was going to get straightened out. I did not realize that he was on 2 wheels there. Kind of a strange incident. Right along with Cannon here. Seemed like they might have got away with that if Rocky didn't have problems getting off the corner there. They made initial contact and were able to get away from each other, which might have been why Rocky had struggled off the corner. Nevertheless, Blake Cannon has not been asked to take responsibility for that caution. Balducci and Michalski did not make the call for the race. Bill Rocky is still on track, albeit in 11th. Caution flag, or caution lights on the pace truck will go off this time, which means we are going green. Once we get to turn 4, John Bragman, your race leader. Alan Lieber, Blake Cannon. 4th place belongs to Kevin Hanley. Bragman on the bottom side of the racetrack. Alan Lieber not following him right now. Questionable decision. And Bragman's not going to let him catch up either. Cannon to the inside of Lieber here. Stays on the bottom. You saw Lieber get a little bit out of sorts. He backed off to make sure he didn't initiate contact with the 39. Kevin Hanley now trying to make a move. He's got 3rd spot. Lieber now in 4th, and he's going to give way to Brett Strickler. Dakota Kuhn trying to come through as well. Sean Wallenfels right there with these guys. He's going to make a move. Whoa, issues there for Mr. Gunther, who gets that car straightened out before the caution flag flies, so we are still green. Race for the lead is in. Blake Cannon looking to make a move here on Mr. Bragman. To the high side he goes. Bragman doing quite well on the bottom, but now Cannon is pulled level with the 017. He's sticking with it, though. See how good that bottom is doing. I don't think Bragman got into the corner the way he wanted to there. And that's going to allow Blake Cannon to take control of this race. Laps winding down here. Bragman now to the high side. Going to try to fire back on Cannon. Brett Strickler. Dakota Kuhn now. Look at this. We got a race for the transfer spot. Dakota Kuhn has caught Kevin Hanley. And on the high side of this racetrack, he's going around the 110 and bringing Wallenfels with him. But Hanley fighting back. Wallenfels putting the slider in on Kuhn. John Bragman right in front of this battle. Hanley has the final transfer spot. Wallenfeld's going to take it away there with a slide job. Hanley fighting back, but he's got Kuhn to the inside as well. You can see Wallenfeld's getting squirrely off of turn 2. Track is getting rougher as we go, and that will continue throughout the night. Kuhn on the bottom, unable to do anything with Hanley. White flag is out. Blake Cannon leading this thing. Second place belongs to Brett Strickler. Third place, John Bragman. But the race is for the final transfer spot. Bragman now under fire from Hanley. Cannon is going to win, and it looks like Kevin Hanley is going to score the final transfer spot into tonight's B main. That is true, Leaf. Kevin Hanley was leading his heat race, led every single lap of it, if I remember correctly, before running out of fuel and finding himself in the C main. And he was able to transfer there. And we're going to get ready for tonight's B main. 14 cars scheduled to race here in the B. 8 of them will transfer. So 6 going home will be forced to try their luck in race number 2 competition here tonight. Looks like everybody is loaded in now. It will be the Wicked Energy Gum Team SETI number 79 of Billy Rowley, who will start from the pole. The 024 of Ryan Martin to his outside. Todd LeBeau and Skylar Brown, our points leader, make up row number 2. Alex Smolders and Nicholas McGathy, row number 3. Weston Newell and Jeremy Zarfos, row number 4. Chris Roberts and Kendall Tucker, row 5. Blake Cannon and Brett Strickler, row 6. And John Bragman and Kevin Hanley will round out our B main field. 6 cars going to miss this race. We talk about this on a semi-consistent basis. We know 8 are going to transfer. 6 go home. So you stand a very good chance of making tonight's feature, as long as you aren't overly aggressive, putting yourself into bad spots. You've got to be aggressive. You've got to get out there and make the positions. You can't allow people just to freight train you because you're trying to stay safe. But at the same time, if you are overly aggressive and put yourself into bad spots, all of a sudden you could see a transfer spot slip right through your fingers in a somewhat idiotic way? I say idiotic. I mean, things go bad very quickly. But a smart driver plays the percentages here. So let's see who plays their cards correctly. Billy Rowley on the pole. Ryan Martin to his outside, looking to get a good start. Rowley gives him green. Oh, we've got an issue right off the bat. Weston Newell and Blake Cannon crossed up there coming out of turn 4. No caution. The caution will waive now. Cannon has pulled to the pits. Weston Newell looks to be trying to stay on track. He's going to get away before Billy Rowley passes him. Let's back this up. There was the issue right there. Let's watch it from the blimp cam. Newell's going to run into the back of Smolders. It turns him dead sideways. Cannon gets stuck on his car. I think Cannon was basically frustrated. Unless his car stalled. Not sure about the anti-stall or if he had an ignition button. I don't know. Watch him hit the back of this 311 and it just completely turns sideways. Blam, blam. Nothing he could do. That's not normal. That's kind of like a netcode thing right there. Well, that's why he's trying to sell the car. It's got terrible luck. Problem is, Weston was unable to get out in front of the pace truck, apparently. You can see him in front of Rowley there, and they will have him drop to the tail of the field. I don't think it's going to allow him to go around the pace truck. So that's unfortunate for Weston. His night is basically over. Okay, I stand corrected. He is able to go around the pace truck. That's good news for Weston Newell. Billy Rowley, race leader, Todd LeBeau, Skylar Brown, Nicholas McGathey right now. Your top 4. Sarfos, Tucker, Strickler, and Smolders. Those are your transfers right there. Top 8 transfer. We do have 1 car out of the race, 2 cars out of the race. As Ryan Martin is out too. I don't think we saw what happened to Ryan, which is unfortunate. Not really enough time to go back now because we're going green. No, that's not true. We've got 1 more lap under caution. All right, let's see if we can find out what happened to Ryan. We got to go a ways back. What the heck? Did that car break or what? Okay, chat. His car shut off and lost all power. I was thinking maybe a problem with the with your pedals or something. I was not expecting that. That's really strange. So 2 cars out of this race. Ryan Martin was running second before his issues. That's really unfortunate. Billy Rowley has control of this thing. He's going to give him green off of turn 4, working lap 6. Another great start for Rowley. Todd LeBeau watching the 79 drive off into the distance. He's got points leader Skylar Brown behind him. There's issues. Zarfos making contact there with McGathey. Alex Smolders goes to the high side. Brett Strickler, Zarfos' teammate, starting to come up behind him. Wow, Smolders got a really good run off of that corner. He took control of that spot off of Zarfos. Now he's going to be looking to get around McGathey. Look at Alex Smolders. Problems for LeBeau. Oh my gosh, what a ride. Car got out of sorts off of turn 2. Ended up pointing directly at the fence. And another car who had a transfer position now out of this race. Smolders making his way forward in this race. Chris Roberts, the man holding on to the final transfer. Kendall Tucker and Bragman behind him. Weston Newell right there as well. Mr. Roberts is without his front wing from that initial start problem with Weston. So that could be a serious problem for him, but if we keep getting cautions, he should be fine. 7th place is Kevin Hanley, who is up 7 spots from his starting position. He's in the transfer. Remember, we're taking 8. Ryan Martin is back on track. He is 3 laps down. And we should be going back green here this next time by. Here we go. Down the backstretch. You see Rowley has the 10 of Skylar Brown, our current points leader, right on his tail tank. Rowley's going to give him green once more here coming off of turn 4. Winner is going to start 13th tonight. Sorry, 17th. Green flag. Billy Rowley. Once more trying to pace this field. I heard some contact there. Caution flag waves. Oh my goodness. More bad luck for Weston Newell. What, holy moly. Was that a stuck throttle? Anybody else get that feeling? It looked intentional, yes. Okay, I didn't know about the yellow thing. The DOB has taken a really hard stance on stuff like that throughout this season. There has been 2 drivers with season-long bans from intentional contact crashes. We might have just seen the 3rd. And this race is over. Did you miss the replay, Steven? We can get it one more time. I gotta go a ways back. It might be gone. There it is. Oh, wait. I think the race is going to end before we actually get to see it It is Rowley, Brown, McGathey, Smolder, Zarfo, Stricklers, Roberts. Yep, just missed it. It was Hanley who finished 7th. So, 2-minute warm-up, ready to rock. I want to remind you, ladies and gentlemen, that Wicked Relief Gum is your daily dose of CBD in the form of a chew. Each piece is 10 milligrams of CBD and absorbs 5 times faster than other products. Whether it's pain, inflammation, anxiety, or insomnia, Wicked Relief Gum offers quick and easy relief. Just go to wickedgumcbd.com and use code DOBRL for 10% off your order and free shipping on race days. The DOBRL code also works on wickedenergygum.com for a boost of energy and focus as well. Well, we said it early in the evening. This track has the tendency to upset various gentlemen's. How about Braden Eiler having himself a wild ride there down the front stretch? Plenty of action in the Facebook chat. If you guys aren't joining us, you are welcome to. Twitch chat is always lively as well. 2-minute warm-up's done. Braden Eiler top in the warm-up. Alex Bergeron second. Third place, James Tiernan. Those are your fast 3 from the 2-minute warm-up, and we are ready to rock here for our 25-lap feature. Peyton. There's your 4 heat race winners. And we are ready to roll for tonight's A main. Ladies and gentlemen, on the pole in the black diamond number 80, it is Joshua Steinke, and to his outside, Kinzer Sim Team 5 of Braden Eiler. James Tiernan, driver for the Elbows Up Sim Sport team, inside row number 2, with Alex Bergeron, reigning World of Outlaws iRacing champion, to his outside. Black Diamond's John Batista, inside row number 3, with Kyle Sosnowski to the outside. Kyle Stoltz and Team SETI's Mason Hannigan make up row number 4. Bryce Bailey and the Black Diamond 36 of Nathan Davis, row 5. Team SETI's Kevin Click and Mode Motorsports number 9, Justin Thomas. Tyler Schell, driver for Elbows Up Sim Sport, and Ryan Scheidt. Dawson Hess, Team SETI's Craig Dunn. His teammate Billy O'Reilly and Skylar Brown, Nicholas McGathey and Alex Smolders in the Kinzer Sim Team machine. Double Dave Blaney Sim Team row here of Jeremy Zarfos and Brett Strickler, and rounding out your field will be Chris Roberts and the 110 of Kevin Hanley. So, we're going green this time by for 25 laps. This one is guaranteed to be exciting, no doubt about it. Here we go, DOB WoO 410 Wing Sprint Car Series live on twitch.tv/elbowsuptv. Green flag. Little contact there with Batista and Tiernan. Everybody sorted it out. I hear more contact back in the field. Watch these wide-angle views here momentarily. We got a lot of cars on track. Steinke, Eiler, Bergeron. See Stoltz and Batista doing battle behind them. Kevin Klick currently shown in 9th. Boy, Billy Rowley. Oh, that was not Rowley's car. I thought that was him making his way forward. Tyler Schell is one driver who is coming forward in the 44. Caution flag going to wave here. That is Nathan Davis who has made his way into pit lane. Alex Smolders as well. Let's back this up. See Sosnowski on the outside there. Here Davis gets into the fence once more down the straightaway. Contact with Skylar Brown and Smolders. Kevin Hanley's going to get some of it. Wow, that's some fast cars out here in the early going. Let's see about getting Skylar Brown's viewpoint of everything. What do you do? Skylar's going to try to get that car fixed and get back out there to salvage some points here tonight. But he is definitely going to take a hit. Smolders in the pits as well. McGathey in the pits as well. So 4 cars out in the early going. White flag going to move to lap 28. Lights going out on the pace truck this time. Steinke, your leader. Eiler, Bergeron, Tiernan, Stoltz. Bryce Bailey up 3 spots. Kevin Klick up 3 spots. Getting ready to rock here once again. I agree, Weston. I'm just not sure we'll get them spread out. Steinke. Gonna give him green here off of turn number 4. Eiler to the bottom side of the racetrack. Steinke to the top. Bergeron right there on the bottom as well. One car in the outside retaining wall. That was Batista. Oh, unfortunate for the 54. One of the faster cars up there, finding the outside retaining wall. Cost him. Eiler under fire from Bergeron and Tiernan. Bergeron has made his way around Eiler, and now he's looking for the race lead. Steinke into the fence, and that's going to give Bergeron the look he needs to the inside. I want to go on board here. Look at how treacherous this track really is. Cushion in 1 and 2, not too bad there. There you can see the bumps starting to come in, especially off the corner. That's what we talked about. You see that car hopping around down the front stretch. Steinke, the only guy on the top side of the track right now. Bergeron, Tiernan, and Eiler battling it out for second. Kevin Click is the man on the move right now. That team setting number 25 started this race around the 10th position. He is up to 5th. Got that Ohio State Buckeyes helmet on. Season getting ready to come in. Batista has made his way back to 12th, now 11th. Trying to fight back after that early contact. Tyler Schell running 9th right now. Passing for 8th. Was able to get around Mason Hannigan. Meanwhile, out front, Braden Eiler starting to mount a charge. He's gotten around Tiernan. Steinke has as well, for that matter. But you can see Bergeron and Eiler have moved to the top side of the racetrack. Both of those drivers were on the bottom a little while ago. Now with Bergeron there, Eiler's got to do something different. See if he can make it work. Bergeron, a little bit of a slip there on the cushion. That's going to give Eiler a look on the outside. Back to the bottom goes the 12 car. You see him with the left front down in the grass, but Eiler's still right there with him. Whoa, Bergeron way out of sorts there coming off of 4. Eiler's going to take the lead in contact. I think those bumps starting to come into play. Now Steinke poking his nose in there. Eiler takes back control of this race. Alex Bergeron to second. And back to the bottom side of the racetrack. This time he's going to let the car slide up. Ooh, Eiler nearly into the fence off of 4. Side by side into turn 1. Bergeron with the slider on Eiler. This time, Eiler staying side by side down the back. Crossover move there. Both of those cars switching up where they were going. Bergeron to the cushion. Can he hold him off? What a great battle we've got out front here. Ooh, Bergeron caught the inside. That car hopped around. I thought there was going to be big problems. Instead, just little problems. He's going to try to battle back. Caution flag. Oh my goodness. I didn't really want to see that. Strickler is off the track 2 laps down. Trying to find out. You see Tyler Schell into the fence on the front stretch. That shoots Batista down the track into Bryce Bailey. Schell was able to continue on, but Batista and Bailey getting the worst of it. Rough race here for Mr. Batista, who has a very, very quick car. Currently showing him in 18th now. White flag moves to lap 31. Braden Eiler, your race leader. Alex Bergeron currently in second. Tiernan, Steinke, Click, your top 5. Chris Roberts up 13 spots to 10th. Looking like the hard charger right now. Second caution of the race. which is a good thing here. These caution flag laps do take quite a while, being such a large track. I don't think this track is actually a 5/8, is it? Is it a 5/8? Does it give me that information? I want to know. It's a 3/4? No, it isn't. What do they got Knoxville at? A half mile? Did they have Knoxville as bigger than a half mile? Nah, I'm calling BS on that. Green flag is out. Working lap 23. Eiler really trying to hold on to that car as it's trying to buck out from under him. Bergeron going to get the slider in. Eiler going to battle back down the backstretch. Side by side they go into turn 3. Eiler getting around Bergeron. Bergeron working the bottom now, seeing if he can hold it out down there. Eiler able to hold him off. Not sure if the bottom's going away in 3 and 4 or what. He's saying Knoxville's a half on the bottom. Okay. Eiler and Bergeron battling it out for the race lead, and we are winding down the laps here. Not much time left for these guys. Bergeron has control of the top spot at the moment. Boy, the bottom's really causing him problems through 3 and 4. That's where Eiler makes his money. The 1 and 2 right now belongs to Alex Bergeron. Behind them, Tiernan, Click, and Steinke doing battle, trying to hold on to those top 5 spots. Bergeron now really getting into a groove at the bottom side of that racetrack. A wide angle to see what's going on here. Field spreading out a little bit. You see Tyler Schell doing battle there with Sosnowski and Roberts. Roberts still trying to climb his way through this field. Back with our race leader. Everybody back to the bottom now. Bergeron showing the way around. Kevin Click fighting his way up there. He's up to 4th. But running out of laps. We've got 2 to go here at USA International. This is race 1. We've got a whole other race coming here momentarily. But not before we get the finish that we deserve. Tiernan looking on Eiler for second. Bergeron trying to hold on. Giving it all he's got as the white flag flies. 2 more corners for Bergeron. You can see that car trying to come out from under him. He's got a good gap on Eiler. Here he comes, Alex Bergeron. Coming out of turn number 4. And he's going to take victory in the DOB WoO 410 Wing Sprint Car Series. Braden Eiler second. James Tiernan bringing it home in 3rd. Really good race to get us going here. Our top 3 going to come to a halt here on the front stretch. And we should be able to get them into Discord here momentarily. So we'll get some interviews with our top 3, and then we will move on to race number 2 here tonight. There you have it, your race winner. Reigning, defending, undisputed Universal World of Outlaws iRacing champion Alex Bergeron taking victory here in race number 1. We've got Braden Eiler and good old James Tiernan in the chat right now. Let's talk to Braden here. Braden, you had a hell of a battle there with one of the best in the business. Talk about that race and how it feels to come home second.
Well, I mean, you don't want to come home second, but I mean, as long as I sat up there and battled with Alex a lot, and that's just a win in itself. Like you said, he's the champion, best in the world right now. So any day you can lead laps over him and race with him, I mean, it's always nice. But yeah, I would have definitely liked to come with the win, but even battling with him and contending for the lead was still good.
That track looked to be giving everybody some problems. Early on, seemed like the bottom was where you wanted to be. It moved to the top. The top started bucking people, and even the bottom started giving some problems as well. Talk about battling that track itself as you were fighting it out for the race lead.
Well, yeah, this track, ever since the change of slick, it's definitely really interesting. It's definitely changed. It's one reason why usually at the end of the races the top doesn't really work a whole lot, just because there's no grip on the straightaways at all. So when you come off the top or you roll the bottom, you try to go down to the bottom of the straightaway to get that grip, and eventually it just moves down so far that really the only way you can catch that grip is just moving to the bottom. And if you do it on the top, you're just going to be on ice skates. So that's one reason why kind of fell off there a little bit, but I still felt pretty fast even during that. That's probably the most comfortable I felt in the bottom here in a while, so still pretty good to even come home second against that.
Good race here in race number 1. You think you got what it takes to take the next step into the top step of the podium in race 2?
Hopefully, we'll see. I just make the right moves, make the changes that we need to the car, and see what we can do. I just like to thank everyone at Kenzer Sim Team, Border Tire, Wicked Cushion, Wicked Energy Gum, you guys always Elbows Up Sunsport, Elbows Up TV for putting on the broadcast, DOB for putting the league on, and also thanks to Generation Network for helping me out, and also Daisy Sing Photography for helping me out previously too.
That's second place Braden Eiler. We got Alex Bergeron, our winner here in the broadcast booth with us. Alex, that thing, even though you were able to take victory and we're used to you making it look easy, clearly that was a rough race out there. Even the bottom line started getting pretty bouncy, but you were able to bring it home and take victory here tonight. Talk to us about that race.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome, I should say. Definitely slick. It's been a while being in a DOB race, so it was fun to be back here and have some fun with these guys. I ran this whole race without a mirror, so that was fun too. So that was fun with Braden there and top 3 there at the beginning of the race. A couple of slide jobs there and there, a lot of fun for sure. But yeah, we ran the race most on the bottom, and it pretty much worked out every time we came here and run the bottom. So I feel there's nothing different from tonight.
Well, we're used to seeing you do quite well here in these sprint cars. Of course, the reigning champion with the World of Outlaws iRacing series, but recently you've been doing a lot of driving in the World of Outlaws late model series as well. I'm sure that's taking a lot of your time away from the sprint car stuff, but clearly, and we've seen a lot of the Swindell Speed Lab guys from the late model side come over and have a lot of success here. So clearly the skills transfer over, and you're not losing a step by not being in the car very often.
Yeah, I mean, sprint cars are always be my thing, so never going out of my blood, really. So just having a lot of fun driving these things, and these cars are my thing. I like that more than late models. So late models are just second series to run, and I run it because it's a world championship, and it's the best Irishers out there. So that's where you want to be, right? So we're there, and we're running in third right now in the championship. So 2 races to go. We'll try to do everything we can in the late models.
We've been watching and enjoying ourselves. You gave us a show here in race number 1, trading it back and forth with Braden Eiler. You going to be around for race number 2, trying to sweep this evening?
Uh, I wish, but I'll go and practice late models and to be ready for Monday.
Well, we wish you good luck, my friend. Congratulations on the win here tonight, and we look forward to watching you going forward.
Thank you. I gotta thank my team, Team AVR, Jason Nagar, and my girlfriend. Gotta thank everyone for watching tonight, all the fans out there. My sponsors and partners, Newbie.com, Shine Sharp Bikinis, BK Designs, Competition Suspension, Max McLaughlin Racing, Mart Inc., and everybody who supports me, and you guys for broadcasting. It's a pleasure, and DOB for putting this league up.
Appreciate that. Well done, my friend. That is the race winner, Alex Bergeron. I do want to say we've got a little bit of a spat here in the Facebook chat, and Mr. Ryan Martin, who has been causing some troubles, has been banned from the DOB League for intentional contact. So we will mention that. He's lucky I don't have admin duties right now, or he'd be out of the Facebook chat as well. But let's move on and talk to the man who came home third here tonight, Mr. James Tiernan. James, look like a little bit of a yo-yo there as you went forward every once in a while and then backwards, battling out with Steinke and Eiler there. And this was definitely a tough race, but one that you were able to persevere and bring it home on the podium.
Yeah, you ever feel like the odd man out? You got, one of the best Alex Bergeron, you got Brayden Eiler, and you got that schmo Jimbo kind of leading up in that third there. So, good result. Can't complain. Started third, finished third. Didn't have to work my way back, didn't fall backwards. So, overall, very consistent result. Kind of getting better in these 410 deals. Again, still a lot to learn, but absolutely fantastic stuff for the most part. And only a couple cautions, which is pretty rare for USA. It gets pretty hectic out there, but now everyone kept together. Brayden seemed a little beat up about getting second, but I was trying to trade him at the very end there. Yeah, good race.
So race number 2 coming up here. We're getting ready to go here momentarily. You think you got any adjustments to put into this thing to make it a little bit better and give you what you need for race 2? I do believe we should see a difference in air temperature. What do you think? How's this going to work?
I don't want to call my shots again after yesterday. After that midget deal where then I decided to car was too good throwing the wall in the 360 non-wing. But overall, say my car felt really good. I think I just need some adjustments with my driving for this next track. I think what really took me out of the loop for at least second, if not first, at the end was I smacked the inside wall. So just not making those little mistakes. Again, it was a little mistake that kept me out of there, but definitely huge improvement from where I started this season off. So fantastic stuff overall. But to answer your question, no, not a ton of changes, I think, going in for next race.
Well, it definitely worked for you in race 1. We hope you have a little bit better luck and find your way a couple of spots forward here in race number 2. Congratulations, James Tiernan, and good luck here coming up.
Fantastic stuff. Thank you, AJ.
All right, well, we are getting ready for race number 2. We'll see if the lobby is indeed up. Interviews now completed in race 1. If you are watching on the Facebook page, we will be starting up another video for race 2. So you will be looking for that here momentarily. If you're watching on Twitch, don't go anywhere. Nothing is going to change for you whatsoever. So here we're going to take just a break for just a moment as we get ready for the race 2 lobby to come forward. And I am going to restart the video. So anybody watching on the Dirty Old Bastards Facebook page, get ready for race number 2 video to go live here momentarily. We are back live on the Dirty Old Bastards Facebook page as we prepare for race number 2.
Hey, AJ.
Well, look who it is. Mr. Billy Rowley joining us in the broadcast booth.
Yeah, I sucked it up in the first one, so I'm going to come in here and talk to you for a minute. Chris just wanted me to let you know that race 2 is coming up. He just had to take care of a couple of, we'll call them house cleaning issues.
Yeah, I can't figure out how to ban this guy from the chat. I'm too stupid, apparently.
Well, he's, from what it's understood, he's not welcome to race for a while, so... But no, seemed from what I saw, it looked like a pretty decent. Well, I mean, I got a full on view of the back of the field because I back there the whole time because I suck. But it was it looked like a pretty racy joint.
It was a decent race. Actually, we saw you doing pretty well, being quick out there before the feature. It seemed like, I mean, you were pretty quick in the B, and then all of a sudden maybe the track just changed or what?
I don't really honestly have a clue. I was like 12th to 14th quick in practice, and then went out for the feature. Well, I got on the start. Dunn got hit, and then hit into me, and then we all got sorted out going into one, and then going on the backstretch, the same exact thing happened. So I don't know if my car was just messed up or what.
It definitely track changed pretty quickly. We saw a lot of the guys up front start on the bottom of the racetrack, then they went to the top, and it wasn't long after that the top went away too. I do want to mention I am not stupid anymore. I figured out how to ban Ryan Martin, and he has been banned. So
there you go.
No more chat privileges for Mr. Martin, who is now banned from the broadcast chats and the series as well. He's done quite well here tonight.
Hey, that's 2 for 2. That's tricky to do.
I mean, if he was playing baseball, he's doing real good. So we are getting ready here for race number 2.
Well, you have a good race too, and we'll hopefully I get to talk to you.
Yeah, good luck to you. I think it'll probably be tomorrow before we talk once more, but we hope you have a good one.
At this rate, it'll be morning, but we'll see what we can.
USA International, always making us stay up late, but there is no place we would rather be than right here with the Dirty Old Bastards Racing League. Everybody responding to the recent dramas here in the chat. You know, not something we actually enjoy doing, but every once in a while you got to do it. So no race 2 lobby just yet. We are still waiting. Appreciate everybody hanging out with us here tonight. There is more fun to come. I think actually going to take this opportunity to go grab myself a drink. So we will be back here momentarily with race number 2 at the USA International Raceway. All right. Race 2 lobby is now up. Already 28 drivers signed in, putting in practice laps. I'm going to get everything loaded in, and we will be watching some sprint car racing here. Loading into the lobby now. That is a black lab, Zardul. Absolute bane of my existence, I tell you. Yes, sir, Mr. Jeffrey Stewart. This is race number 2. Getting ready to fire up here. Will you quit it? Ridiculous. Right now, it is Mr. James Tiernan, who is P1 in the hot lap session. Justin Thomas currently in second. Third place, Billy Rowley. Fourth place, Mason Hannigan. And Kyle Sosnowski rounding out the top 5. Tiernan with a lap of 1:7.809. But this dog, no. The dog is kicked out of the booth. 6 months old. It is a friggin' beast. Probably all of 45 to 55 pounds. And dumb as a box of rocks. Very cute, though. Just dumb. Let's ride along with Kyle Sosnowski. It loads up, Jason, every time that we start up. Billy was replaced by a dog. That is a true story. There, Mr. Tiernan's got his paint scheme now. First race, he was in a different car. But now we can see his elbows up TV. Machine live and in color. Race number 2 getting ready to happen here. DOB WoO 410 Wing Sprint Car Series action. (1:30 30 seconds left in the practice session here before we go racing. Let's look at race number 2 championship standings. Right now on top, it is Chris Roberts, who is 18 points ahead of Mason Hannigan and Billy Rowley, who are tied for second. Ernie Williams Jr. and Kyle Stoltz round out your top 5. So Roberts, Hannigan, and Rowley, the guys to watch here tonight. Didn't see Ernie Williams in race 1. We did see Stoltz, who was pretty quick. Let me see. I'll look through the lineup here. I do not see Ernie Williams. Stoltz is there. Rowley, of course. Chris Roberts, of course. Mason Hannigan out there doing battle. Second in points in the Race 2 Championship, and it is winding down, too. This is race 5 of 7. So counting this one, only 3 races left in this championship. Zardul says he thinks it's race 2 for him. He's missed most of the DOB 410 races. Let's hang out with Mason Hannigan as he qualifies here. On board with the team SETI number 22. Motor is singing. P2 for Mason, 18531. James Tiernan goes P3. Kyle Sosnowski right now, your top qualifier, 18.448. Steinke to P3. Tiernan on track once more. He is done for qualifications, currently 8th. Justin Thomas 14th. Nathan Davis 15th. Kyle Stoltz 9th. Jesse Dacus 25th. Tyler File 19th. Braden Eiler still not. And we've got quick time. Kendall Tucker. 18.400 for the Swindell Speed Lab driver who takes over the top spot. Dawson Hess goes P2. Kevin Click and Braden Eiler, the only drivers to not log a lap in that qualification session. Looks like we've got 31 or 32 cars here. There will be 4 heat races, 10 laps the distance. Waiting on QuickTime Kendall Tucker to load into the lobby here. There he is. So your starting lineup for heat race number 1 is the 98 of James Tiernan on pole with Weston Newell to his outside in the 222. Mason Hannigan and Kendall Tucker row number 2 with Tyler Shell, Seth Cheney, row 3. John Bragman and Randy Rockwell will round out your field. Many different teams represented here in this one. Elbows Up SimSport driver James Tiernan and Tyler Shell both representing here in Heat Race 1. Team SETI with Weston Newell and Mason Hannigan. Then, of course, you have the Swindell Speed Lab driver Kendall Tucker, who set quick time here in tonight's event. Let's take a look at the track itself. Wow, air temp still 82. Holy moly. It was 86 or 84 in race number 1, and we saw the track take a pounding. I figured it'd be a little cooler here in race 2, but that is not the case. Tiernan is Mr. Excitement here in the Dirty Old Bastards Racing League. We'll see what he's got planned for heat race number 1. He's going to give him green here off of turn number 4. Race number 2 getting ready to kick off. Weston Newell trying to hold off Mason Hannigan. He's unable to do so far. Tyler Shell leaves room for the 222. Kendall Tucker right now on the outside looking in. Shell with the slide job on Weston, able to make it stick. Here comes Kendall Tucker on Weston as well. Team SETI favorite getting freight trained here in heat race number 1, but he's not giving up. Weston Newell puts the slider on Shell. I'm not sure if Shell hit the fence, but he was able to hold on to it. Gonna lose a couple spots back to 6th. Tiernan out front has Mason Hannigan trying to run him down. Remember, the winner of heat race number 1 will move on to the pole of the A main. Kendall Tucker currently in 3rd, Weston Newell in 4th. Cheney and Shell have now caught the back of the Team SETI machine. Tyler Shell trying to slide Cheney. He leaves room there. Those two cars side by side, but Shell is broke. It must have been a little bit of contact there that finally broke that car after the contact with Newell, and we weren't sure if he hit the fence or not. So that is it for Tyler Shell in heat race number 1, which is unfortunate because he had a very quick car. Tiernan, our race leader. Hannigan, Tucker, and Newell. Top 4 advance in this race. See Kendall Tucker starting to catch up to this front 2 battle. Big gap between Weston Newell and Seth Cheney. So no danger on that final transfer spot at the moment. White flag gonna fly here for James Tiernan. Doing everything he needs to do to earn that pole position in tonight's feature. Mason Hannigan trying to get close enough to put a move on him. Doesn't look like it's going to happen. Kendall Tucker takes a shot at the 22. James Tiernan's going to win heat race number 1. Mason Hannigan, Kendall Tucker, and Weston Newell all 4 of your drivers that will transfer on to tonight's A main. That's a good starting spot for Tiernan, who was on the podium in race number 1 here tonight. So James Tiernan from the pole wins heat race number 1, and now it is his team boss at Elbows Up SimSport, Team SETI driver Billy Rowley, who will look to take that pole position and transfer it into tonight's A main. Peyton said he fixed his load-in issues, so he was able to qualify tonight. So, your lineup here for heat race number 2, which is missing Braden Eiler. Eiler didn't get a qualification lap in. Looks like he's not going to be running the heat as well. Billy Rowley and Chris Roberts, row number 1. John Batista in the Black Diamond 54 inside row number 2, with Dawson Hess to his outside in the 257. Sean Wallenfels Jr., another Black Diamond machine, to the inside of the 181 of Brent Hobson. Rounding out your field is the 617 of Skylar Castor. USA International has not disappointed so far. Plenty of excitement, some good racing. Even some upset, gentlemen. Some intentional contact. We've had bans in the chat. We've had bans on the racetrack. All kinds of fun. So we're going green this time by. Billy Rowley has control. Got a good start over Roberts. Roberts goes to the inside. Dawson Hess going to look to the outside here in 1 and 2. He's able to duck under Batista, but contact with Roberts. Oh my gosh, the whole field. And Hess is still flipping. Okay, wow. Let's back this up. You can see Batista puts the slider on Hess. Hess goes to the bottom. Roberts gets all crossed up. I think the only car that didn't get damaged there was the 181 of Brent Hobson, who was able to get woed up. Other than Billy Rowley, of course, who was leading this race. Okay, I want to see this one. We're going to back this up. Grass guy, grass guy, grass guy, grass guy. Yeah. Rough ride for Dawson Hess, whose car has given up. He and John Batista both hit the pit lane. So, Billy Rowley, the cleanest car out there in the race lead. Sean Wallenfels Jr., who's missing a front wing and an engine cowling, is second. Skylar Castor, missing his front wing, is third. Brent Hobson, who is missing his nose piece, is fourth. And Chris Roberts, who's missing his front piece and nose wing, right now in sixth. Billy Rowley is the only car on track with all of his pieces. And that is saying something, because he's normally one of the most unlucky out there. Wow. Holy crap. What a way to start heat race number 2. Unbelievable. Billy Rowley's going to give us green here. I have no idea what's going to happen now. Every one of these cars has damage except for Billy. Jeffrey Stewart saying in chat that the Indiana boys are used to racing without wings anyway. So, working lap 5 here, Billy Rowley out front. Skylar Castor, a little crossed up coming out of turn 4. He's trying to get around Wallenfels. Brent Hobson is going to get around Wallenfels with the slide job error. He's still got his front wing. One of 2 cars in the race that does. Skylar Castor right now in the 4th and final transfer spot. He's under fire from Chris Roberts. He's going to try to get around Wallenfels to give himself some breathing room. Slide job goes in. He makes contact with Hobson. Those 2 cars able to keep going. So now the battle for the final transfer is theirs. More contact put Hobson into the fence down the front straightaway. See Castor get crossed up. This is going to be the race. Brent Hobson, can he catch Skylar Castor to take that final transfer spot away? 3 laps left in this race. Billy Rowley is absolutely pacing out front. He's the only car we can't see on video at the moment. Hobson desperately trying to get back to Skylar Castor. Now 2 laps to go. Now the battle's getting a little closer. Hobson to the bottom of the racetrack. He knows he's running out of time, and he wants that transfer position. Closing the gap on the 617. Brent Hobson, white flag is out. 4 more corners to make a move and put himself into tonight's feature. Wallenfels backing up to Castor as well. Billy Rowley's going to take race victory here in heat race number 2. Hobson trying to get a run on Wallenfels off of turn 4. Hobson might be a little mad with that, but Sean Wallenfels did what he had to do. He knew Hobson had the run, so Wallenfels pinched him into the wall and was able to take 4th. All props go to Sean Wallenfels there, who got the job done and earned that final transfer position. Brent Hobson, the only man not transferring. Skylar Castor was 3rd. Chris Roberts 2nd. And Billy Rowley, your winner in heat race number 2. Heat race number 3 hitting the track now. We've got Anthony Lepresto in the 57 on the pole, with Ryan Scheidt rounding out the front row. Joshua Steinke in the Black Diamond 80 inside row number 2 with the Mode Motorsports 9 of Justin Thomas. Tyler File and Alexander Balducci make up row number 3. Nathan Kropaszewski and Kevin Klick rounding out your field. So, seen a little bit of everything here tonight. Hopefully lap 1 goes a little better for these boys than it did for the guys in heat race number 2. Presto and Scheidt, Steinke and Thomas. We'll be going green once we get out of turn number 4. 4 heat races here tonight. I don't think we're going to have a D main, so we will go from the heat races to the C. Anthony Lepresto going to give him green here off of turn number 4. Here we go. Justin Steinke putting in the moves on Ryan Scheidt. That's going to open him up to Justin Thomas. Joshua Steinke. Mix them two boys up there for a moment. LaPresto now has Scheidt to his outside. He's going to slide up the racetrack. Scheidt going to look to the bottom, bringing Steinke with him. As LaPresto gets crossed up, Ryan Scheidt to the race lead. Joshua Steinke now on the bottom. He made it stick too, nearly coming side by side with Scheidt down the front. LaPresto's got a big run on him. Those two cars very close, nose to tail. Thomas has the final transfer spot right now as Tyler Files starts to close in on the back bumper. All 5 of those guys right there. Presto looking to battle back here on Steinke. But Steinke's got a run on Scheidt. Joshua Steinke to the inside. He's going to put the slider in. Scheidt back to the bottom. But Steinke's going to clear him here. Joshua Steinke to the race lead from the 3rd place starting spot. That 80 running really well at the moment. Now Thomas looks to the inside of LaPresto and he gets him. And LaPresto's under fire from File now. Tyler File to the bottom. Trying to get around the 57. Unable to do that so far. LaPresto would love to get back around Thomas to give himself some breathing room. Kevin Click has worked himself up to 6th, but the gap is so great that he needs a caution, and a caution would end this race. Problems for Justin Thomas! He was on the fence, and that car is broken. Thomas is done here in heat race number 3. Unfortunate break. Fortunate for LaPresto and File. LaPresto now back to 2nd around Ryan Scheidt. Steinke, your race leader, continuing to pull away. 4th place is owned by Tyler File, and he has nobody. Well, Kevin Click is catching that machine. He's running out of time. But Click running really well. You saw him catch the outside retaining wall coming out of that corner. White flag in the air. Joshua Steinke out front. Going to be looking at the race win as he come off of turn 4 right here. Ryan Scheidt in 2nd. Problems for LaPresto. Problems for LaPresto. Here comes Kevin Click. Not going to happen. Anthony LaPresto will finish in the 4th and final transfer spot. What a wild race there. Wild in a different way than we saw there in heat race number 2. But still entertaining us here at the USA International Raceway. So heat race number 4 is rolling now on the pole in the 77. It is Aaron Schaefer, and to his outside in the 01, it's Kyle Stoltz. Nathan Davis in the Black Diamond 36 inside row number 2 with Kyle Sosnowski to his outside. Peyton Grease and Jesse Dacus make up row number 3, and rounding out your field is the 132 of William Duvall. 10 laps the distance. Top 4 will advance. Sosnowski was the fastest qualifier in this race. Kyle Stoltz was very quick in race number 1. Nathan Davis had a lot of bad luck in race number 1, but he had a good car. We've seen a lot of Mr. Dacus here recently. Sprint car driver with a pro license. Getting out here and doing more DOB racing with us. Aaron Schaefer going to give him green here off of turn number 4. 10 laps for the final heat race of the evening. Here we go. Great start for Schaefer. Davis looking to the inside of Stoltz. He's able to get clear. Oh, they catch him down the front stretch. Stoltz losing some spots there as he had to catch that car. Puts the slider in. Dacus is going to get by him, hit the fence. Peyton Grease to the inside. Stoltz slides up the track, makes contact with Dacus. Those two cars get it shaken out, but then Dacus hits what is the pit exit, I guess, on the backstretch. That opening in the wall caught him. Aaron Schaefer out front now under fire from Nathan Davis. Davis working a lower line. He's going to clear Schaefer into 3. Aaron going to try to get to the cushion and battle back, unable to do so. So the race lead now belongs to Nathan Davis. Davis, who picked up a victory earlier this week, was very happy to be back in victory lane. Would love to repeat here tonight. Peyton Grease now in 3rd. Kyle Sosnowski in 4th. But Kyle Stoltz has caught the back of the 177. Ready to make this interesting, but Dacus is coming with him. Ooh, Grease into the fence off of turn 4. That's going to back him up into their clutches here. Here comes Stoltz with the slide job. He leaves room for Sosnowski. Peyton trying to hang on to that car. Surely has a little bit of damage after that contact with the wall, but clearly not enough to slow him down too much. Currently 3rd is Grease. Nathan Davis out front, Aaron Schaefer in 2nd. Kyle Stoltz is the odd man out at the moment. He needs for somebody to make a mistake or something to happen here. The cars have spread out a little bit. Other than this battle that we are witnessing. Stoltz got a little bit out of shape there off of turn 2. Working the slider line here through 3 and 4. But right now, Grease and Sosnowski doing what they need to do. Nathan Davis has 2 more corners, and he'll be looking at an outside second row starting position in tonight's feature. Checkered flag in the air. Nathan Davis going to win heat race number 4. Second place going to go to Aaron Schaefer. Third place, Peyton Grease. And fourth place to Kyle Sosnowski. Oh, we're going straight to the B main. 10 laps the distance. Top 8 will advance. Well, there's a lot of good cars in this race. Leaf in the Twitch chat talking about his guys getting that car back together after the massive wreck in the heat. It was a big one. Let's talk about the starting lineup for tonight's B main. Seth Chaney on the pole in the 099, and to his outside, Brent Hobson in the 181. Team Setty's Kevin Click inside row number 2 with Kyle Stoltz to the outside. John Bragman, Dawson Hess, row 3. Alexander Balducci and Jesse Dacus, row 4. Randy Rockwell and John Batista, row 5. Nathan Kropaszewski and William Duvall, row 6. Then Tyler Schell and Justin Thomas will round out our field. Braden Eiler once more not in this race. That means there's 14 cars on track. 6 cars will go home. Chaney out front. Those guys in those top 8 spots, they know they have to get down the road as quickly as possible because the guys behind them, they will be trying to get around them. But they've also got to be smart to not cost themselves that transfer spot. 10 laps the distance. I know it says 12, but it's only 10. Here we go. Really rough start for Hobson. Click's already around him. Kyle Stoltz and Hobson in contact. Batista and Schell. Goodness gracious. Hobson and Batista driving away, but they're without their front wings. Hobson, I think, is going to the pits, or he's upset with somebody. Let's see what happens here. I think well, maybe he's getting his spot back. You never know when the caution flew, actually. Let's back this up. Three wide with Bragman down the front stretch. It looked like Stoltz. I mean, cameras are just absolutely terrible at this place. I think he was trying to give Bragman room and he just came up the track. Stoltz was able to keep going. Showing Hobson in 8th. Batista in 9th. So I'd say wild first lap, but hell, we didn't even get to turn 1, really. So wild front straightaway. As the B main kicked off. Seth Chaney doesn't care. He's got the race lead. Kevin Click in 2nd. Bragman, Hess, Balducci, Dacus, Rockwell, Hobson. Those are the guys in the transfer spots right now. Take a look here. Justin Thomas, I think he got away with no damage. Tyler Schell made contact, but doesn't look like that car's bent up. These are the cars to watch as they charge forward. And we'll see what Stoltz has left in that car. But we're going green this time, working lap 5. Remember, it's only a 10-lap race. Here we go. Click didn't really get the start he wanted, but he's got no danger from behind at the moment. Dawson Hess to the outside of Bragman. He's going to take 3rd spot away. Caution flag going to wave. I was trying to find Balducci there, who's been making some positions. Tyler Schell is off the track. You see Schell battling it out with Kropaszewski. Gets into the fence. Kropaszewski gets crossed up. Wow, Shell. Just unable to catch that. I think that car was fine, but he tried to exit off the track to not bring out the caution. So uncharacteristic mistake from Tyler Shell. And that is it for his evening. So I think we're going to have a couple of laps left in this race when we go back to green. I feel like there's a full moon out tonight, at least in our virtual land here. So John Batista, without his front wing, has the final transfer spot right now. Randy Rockwell right in front of him. And Brent Hobson right behind him. Justin Thomas is the first complete race car that is outside of those top 8. We'll see if he can mount a charge. 2 laps to go as we take the green. Seth Chaney has control. Kevin Click right behind him. Chaney with another great start. Dawson Hess now putting the oh my gosh. Kevin Click not going to be happy with that. That will likely take him out of tonight's feature. Dawson Hess as well. Both of those drivers had a transfer spot. Now they are out. Let's go back. This is the restart from Dawson Hess's in-car camera. That was not intentional. Not even close. Dawson Hess never meant to run over top of Kevin Click. But all of a sudden, he was running faster than Click's car into turn 1. And run right up over top of him. Not sure if Click kind of drove through the slick. I don't know, but you just amazing difference in speed there. 2-minute warm-up. Now ready. Wicked Energy Gum is a boost of energy, alertness, and focus in a chew. It only takes about 5 to 10 minutes to take effect and is a cheaper and healthier alternative to energy drinks and shots that fill you with calories and sugar. Wicked Energy Gum is made in the USA, and the best part of it all is that for every pack you buy, they make a donation to the Cognitive Warriors Foundation, who focuses on improving access to quality health care for active and former U.S. military men and women who suffer from depression and PTSD. Just go to wickedenergygum.com and use code DOBRL for 10% off your order and free shipping on race days. That DOBRL code also works on wickedreliefcbd.com for your daily dose of CBD as well. Right now, it's Kyle Sosnowski in the top spot. Joshua Steinke, second quick. Justin Thomas now taking that second quick away from him. Mason Hannigan, James Tiernan also in the top 5. Ten seconds left, and we're going racing once more. 25 laps. Got the dog back in the booth here for the feature. Starting lineup here for tonight's feature event in the Elbows Up Sim Sport number 98. It is James Tiernan, and to his outside, it's Team SETI's Billy Rowley. Joshua Steinke and Nathan Davis make a Black Diamond row number 2. Mason Hannigan, Chris Roberts row 3. Ryan Scheidt, Aaron Schaefer row 4. Kendall Tucker, Skylar Castor row 5. Tyler File, Peyton Greaves, Weston Newell, Sean Wallenfels Jr., Anthony Lepresto, Kyle Sosnowski, Seth Cheney, Jesse Dacus, John Bragman, Alexander Balducci, John Batista, Randy Rockwell, and Brent Hobson, Justin Thomas rounding out your field. Looks like Randy Rockwell was unable to get loaded up there for the feature. Not sure what happened there, but he will not be participating in tonight's 25-lapper. Remember, caution flag laps do not count here in DOB competition, so we will have 25 green flag laps, maybe more if we get a green-white checker. And that, I'm sure these guys are not hoping for that, because the way we've seen fuel work out tonight, green-white checker might be too much. So we are going green next time by with race 2 of the Dirty Old Bastards World of Outlaws 410 Wing Sprint Car Series. Live on twitch.tv/elbowsuptv. Live on the DOB Facebook page and YouTube page. We're going green for 25 laps right here. James Tiernan and Billy Rowley going to give them green. Rowley trying to hold off Joshua Steinke. Steinke goes to the bottom, Rowley to the top. Mason Hannigan trying to make his way under that Black Diamond machine. Steinke's going to get around Rowley. Get this wide angle out. We got a lot of race cars doing battle right now. Caution flag going to wave. Unfortunate turn of events for Tyler File, who was right there in the middle of the pack. He's going to make contact with, that is Aaron Schaefer. And somehow, those are the only 2 cars involved. Tyler File making his way into the pits. That is it for his evening. Get a little good look at Aaron Schaefer's car, who is without his front wing. He's going to pull into the pits as well. Terminal damage on that 77. White flag lap moves to lap 28. Weston Newell, the big mover there. He was up 4 spots before the caution flag waved. Billy Rowley lost that second spot to Joshua Steinke. I'm sure he's going to be happy to be single file, however, because double file, once this track starts to wear, is really a complicated thing. That's where the cautions can come back and forth pretty quickly. So we should be back to green this time by James Tiernan, Josh Steinke, Billy Rowley, your top 3. Coming off of 4, we will be back at it. Here we go. Nathan Davis goes to the high side of the track there, working on the outside of Mason Hannigan. Tiernan on the high side through 3 and 4. Duck to the bottom in 1 and 2. Give it a try. Watching this battle here for 3rd. Billy Rowley has it. Nathan Davis going to take it around the outside. Mason Hannigan, Ryan Scheidt. These guys nose to tail. Chris Roberts, Weston Newell trying to run them down. Steinke was 2/10 quicker than Tiernan the last time. 3/10 quicker this time. Joshua Steinke catching our race leader. Now Tiernan able to pull a gap in that lap. But Steinke not giving up. To the outside goes the Black Diamond 80. Tiernan trying to hold him off. Both of those cars to the high side near contact. I'm not sure they actually did make contact. Steinke back to the bottom of the track here off of 4. Can he find the moisture? He does not. The elbows up Sim Sport machine doing what it needs to do right now. You see a little bit of a slip there, though. James Tiernan on the cushion had a small slide down the racetrack, which gave Steinke a little more momentum. Steinke back to the back bumper of the 98. Tiernan's going to protect the bottom. Steinke throws it in there. He's going to make the bottom stick. Joshua Steinke's going to clear him down the back. Steinke to the race lead. Tiernan trying to fight back on the bottom. Looked like the bottom is working better in 1 and 2 than it is in 3 and 4. Nathan Davis starting to catch these guys as well. So the battle is changing. Right now, Kendall Tucker is the man on the move. He's working Ryan Scheidt for 4th as the caution flag waves. This is a bad deal here. Chris Roberts and Billy Rowley coming together there. Making contact. Rowley's going to get upside down and then back on 4 wheels. These two guys, good friends. Roberts back to 20th there. Billy Rowley showing in 21st. Both of those guys were near the top 5. So very unfortunate change to their races. Lap 31 becomes our white flag lap. Icy2 Fly, thank you for the follow, my friend. Fifth place right now is Kendall Tucker. That's who we were going to look at before the caution flag waved. Weston Newell continues his charge forward as well. Newell trying to sell that car. Tell you what, best way to sell a race car is to put it up front. Yeah, that was a tough break and bringing out the caution here. But we're going to be back to green. Stanky. Got a good jump there, but Tiernan, wow, his car kind of hooked there on the bottom. Sent him into the inside wall. A little too much grip for the 98. That allowed Stanky to pull away and Nathan Davis to get around him. Tiernan's got a run on the 36. Tiernan still working the bottom. Now he's got a little bit of moisture there. Going to get to the inside of Nathan Davis. Tiernan slides up in front of the Black Diamond 36. Ryan Scheidt coming to the bottom. Problems for Kendall Tucker. Kendall Tucker. I went a little too far back here, but this is the problem for the 46. Riding that high line down into turn 3. Like he just got a little crossed. Wow, that was weird. He got a little crossed up trying to stay out of the 36 of Davis. And that thing just buried in the cushion and started flipping. That is it for Kendall Tucker here tonight. Lap 34 becomes our white flag lap. Weston Newell now up 8. John Batista up 12. We are closing in on midnight here in Indiana. But we are at the virtual USA International Speedway where the air temp's still 81 degrees. That's why this track is going away so quickly. We saw them high temperatures in race number 1 here tonight, which meant these drivers really had to go searching for the moisture out there. Some of them found it, some of them had some problems. This is marked as a 3/4 mile racetrack, the largest track that these cars drive on this season. Usually brings up fuel problems for us. We saw some guys run out of fuel in the earlier heat races in race number 1. So Josh Steinke, your race leader. Tiernan second, Davis third. We're going back green here, working lap 23. Great start for Tiernan. He got a good start last time, but just a little too far on the bottom. Now Steinke hit that bump that Tiernan hit the last time. Does Tiernan have a good enough run? He's going to stick it on the bottom. Steinke goes to the top. Tiernan looking for the bottom of this track. He holds the bottom and takes the race lead, but we had a problem behind him as Ryan Scheidt turned around. Peyton Grease got up the inside of the 010. Both of those cars going around and somehow not getting hit by anybody else. So Ryan Scheidt shown in 19th. Peyton Grease, I do believe, claiming that caution. Great break for James Tiernan. He took the race lead and the yellow flag came out, so now he's back in control here. Lap 37 becomes the white flag lap. Weston Newell continues his charge. He's up to 4th. Lepresto up to 5th. John Batista 7th. Justin Thomas coming forward at a high rate of speed as well. Got a lot of big movers in this race, but can they continue their charges? Caution lights going out on the pace truck this time. Tiernan, Steinke, Davis, your top 3. Should have 11 laps to go when we restart here. So we are past halfway and winding down. Wow, great start for Tiernan. He's going to get a gap on Steinke. Steinke goes to the high side of the track. Nathan Davis trying to hold the bottom. He's got Weston Newell right there with him. Tiernan utilizing that low line right now. Davis poking his nose under Steinke. Weston Newell right there with him. Ooh, problems for Davis. He collects Newell. Ah, Weston, he just has the worst luck. You saw Davis, that car just too far sideways. It started to kick around on him. Made contact with the right front of Weston Newell. And now Weston, who had charged his way to the front, is back to 18th. John Bragman pulling off into the pits now. How's it going? Rees, is it? Rise? Glad to have you here. Hanging out in the Twitch chat. This race is winding down White flag will fly on lap 40. Caution, flag laps do not count in DOB competition. John Batista and Justin Thomas, your big movers of the race at the moment. We're going to see if these guys can continue their charges forward. James Tiernan got a great start last time. Appreciate the follow, Reese. Rice. I've pronounced all the drivers' names right tonight, so I might as well screw up one of the viewers. Can't go without that on an Elbows Up TV broadcast. There's different levels that you can spend, my friend, but you're probably going to spend at least 600 on the computer to get something that you really like to use. And you can get a wheel and pedals, a decent one, for about 200, 250. That's about what you're looking. Going green. Tiernan out of turn 2. Steinke holding that bottom with him now. Anthony Lepresto and Justin Thomas, the first cars on the top side of the racetrack. Boy, Black Diamond is having an absolute great race. They've got Steinke and Davis up there. And now Batista, who has caught these guys. He's doing battle right there behind the 22 of Hannigan. Justin Thomas on the high side. Batista trying to roll right through the middle. Sean Wallenfeld's coming forward too. Another Black Diamond car currently sitting in 8th. Caution flag going to wave once more. See if I can figure out what happened here. Yep, I figured it out. Kyle Sosnowski. The low side of the track. You see Dak has come across the track in front of the 99 of Cheney, who makes contact with Sosnowski, who definitely got the worst of it there. You absolutely do get to choose the number of your car in DOB competition. Of course, you have to reserve your car number, but you can also have a custom paint with your car number on it, which you could run whatever number you want. Thomas able to get around Batista there. He's up 19 spots from dead last. Talking about computers, Rise, you can check out what I have in this bad boy on my Twitch cards under my channel. I have an i5-7400 quad-core processor. I'm also running the GTX 1060. I need a little bit of an upgrade, actually, but that's what we're running right now. 1050 Ti is about as low as you want to go on the NVIDIA side if you want to race dirt, for sure. Yeah, this is a good way to do it, my friend. A lot of different options. Got to spend the money, like always, but I'm not sure about that, Icy. It's worth a try, my friend. We're going back green here. White flag lap is lap 43. James Tiernan trying to hold on and finish this race off. Another great start from Tiernan. Justin Thomas to the high side of the track. Steinke had a little bit of a slip there, which brought him back into the clutches of his Black Diamond teammate, Nathan Davis. Hannigan still holding on in front of Batista. See Davis now poking his nose under that 80 car. Thomas still trying to climb his way forward. And Tiernan driving off into the sunset at the moment. You saw him hit that bump there. He lost a little bit of time through 1 and 2. But still a sizable gap back to second place. As Joshua Steinke trying to work the high side of the track. You can see how bumpy the cushion has gotten. Look at how much he's working that thing. Ooh, into the fence there on the straightaway. That's going to allow Davis to the inside. Steinke's starting to struggle here late. You see him make that wing adjustment. You saw that wing go back. Trying to find a little more traction. But here we go. White flag going to fly. No! Your caution is out! Oh my God, Tiernan's got to be sick. Had he got to the line, they would have been racing to the finish. But they didn't. He had a huge lead. And now we've got a green-white checkered. Contact between the 617 and the 99 of Seth Chaney. It's Skylar Castor in the 617. That is what brought out our caution. Chaney has made his way off the race course. Man alive. Wow. Tiernan is just, oh, he's got to be absolutely frustrated. What an unbelievable turn of events here, as we thought this race was over. Tiernan coming to the white flag with nearly a half straightaway advantage over Davis. And now he's going to face a green-white checkered with Davis right on his tail tank. Dustin, thank you for the follow, my friend. Looks like the good buddies that were hanging out with the Tuna Can 79 have come over to finish the broadcast with us. We are live on twitch.tv/elbowsuptv, live on the DOB Facebook and YouTube pages. And we have a green-white checkered finish for all the marbles here as James Tiernan tries to finish it off. Rough night for Billy in the features. Yeah, lots of yellows, and that's something that we're used to seeing around here. Fuel could come into play now. Jason Nygaard calling that out. Tiernan with a start. Wow, great start for Tiernan. He absolutely had to have it, and he got it. Fantastic start as James Tiernan gets out to a gap there on Davis. Batista right there working on the 36. He's come from way back in this field. White flag is out for James Tiernan. One more lap to go, and he's looking at his first 410 victory of the season. He's got to win in 360 competition at Knoxville. He's got to win in non-wing competition. Here he comes to the stripe. James Tiernan's going to win race number 2 at the USA International Raceway. in DOB WoO 410 Sprint Car Competition. Nathan Davis going to bring it home second. John Batista from the 21st starting position, bringing her home in third. Tiernan going to get a little bit of celebration in before he parks it. These guys are going to climb in Discord here momentarily, and we'll get a chance to talk to them. Fantastic drive from Tiernan, who started this race on the pole. And here he is in the broadcast booth. James, you had to get that lead back from Mr. Steinke there. They did not make it easy on you, but you were able to get back to the top spot and score the victory here in 410 competition. Talk to us about how it feels to best this field here tonight.
You know what? It doesn't get much better than that. I wish I had a little bit more energy. I'm real tired right now. Just kind of wheeling it. But no, for a while there, I really was worried. I was in that black diamond sandwich for a little bit, so I was a little worried there. Wasn't too good on the top, but as soon as I went back to the bottom, I knew I had something and kind of ran away with it from there. So glad I could win the way I did. It's a hell of a lot easier starting up front, man. I got to do that more often.
Yeah, it definitely was a big difference there in this race. I think, what did you start, third in the first race, or you finished third in the first race for sure. We talked to you about having a chance to make any adjustments. You said you didn't need any, and clearly you were right. You talked about the track here tonight. Looked like the top just got a little bumpy, and all of a sudden the bottom came back in. But your car seemed to work basically wherever you put it.
Again, fantastic car. I talked about it last race. I think I had something for Bergeron, maybe Eiler, but I just made too many mistakes. That race, as far as I can tell, I didn't make too many mistakes. I think I ran a pretty good race. I kind of let, I believe it was Stanky by me, but then I eventually worked him back. So really just me not doing stupid stuff and me just running where I need to. And, well, I ended up in victory lane for, I think, the first time in 410 wing competitions. So fantastic. And this one, I don't have to put an asterisk by it. I won it. I won it from no one crashed anyone. No one did anything like that. So that's awesome.
James Tiernan feeling good. Congratulations on the race win, my friend, and go celebrate a little bit before you go to bed here. We're already into Friday, but why not, right?
Absolutely. But I'd like to thank Elbows Up TV for sponsoring me. Hopefully I gave you guys a good show. Didn't want to make it too boring by running away too far there, but I'd also like to thank Elbows Up SimSport for the awesome setup. Again, I keep talking about this. Every time our setups just get better and better, and I think I'm getting more and more used to it. And saw the results today, got a third and a first, and can't complain about that. But I'd also like to thank Over the Wall Photography for sponsoring us, and Dude Wipes for also being there for us.
There you have it, James Tiernan, your race winner here in race 2 at the USA International Speedway. Let's talk to second place Nathan Davis. Nathan, you had to claw your way back up into that second spot. Started fourth here tonight, had a fantastic battle with Mason Hannigan, Steinke, and then very late, Mr. John Batista. Talk about your race and how you were able to secure that second place finish.
It was a tough one for sure. Track definitely slicked off a lot more than I was expecting it to. Was debating between the setup in race 1 and race 2, it being nighttime and less people. I changed the wing angle back down a little lower than what I should have, and if I would have cranked it up more like I had in race 1, I think I would have had a little bit better drive off the corners. But James was hooked up down there. I mean, doing everything I could to run him down. It just wasn't happening. I know Mason was behind me. I could hear him. I heard John behind me. Josh went to the high side there. I knew when I pulled beside him that I was not going to go up there and go backwards on it. But yeah, it was a tough race. Track definitely got slick. But other than that, I mean, I'll take a second place.
Talk to us about the start-stop nature that we saw in that race. A lot of cautions, which is one thing that you know can cause a whole lot of issues. But in that one, sometimes, you end up making a move and all of a sudden the caution comes out and you can make some positions that way as well. But how hard is it to stay in the groove and keep your focus when it's so many cautions like it was?
Oh, it's mentally tough for sure to get back in a groove and stay.
So Mr. Davis finishing second here tonight. He's got to win in this week. Got to be good to get that confidence back, my friend. I think we might have lost him there for a moment, but that's it. Nathan Davis, second place here tonight. Like we said, he's got a win in the bag this week as well. So doing quite well for himself this week. Let's talk to third place John Batista, the man who started, what was it, 21st, John? John, you got us?
Yeah, can you hear me?
There we go. Now we're
Sorry
back
about that.
here. Yeah, we were talking. I do believe it was 21st starting spot here tonight, but you didn't stay back there, climbing all the way up into the top 3. How in the world did you make that work?
This is one of the rare races for me where I didn't really meander to other lines. I really just stuck to the bottom the whole time and had to perform a lot of wizardry at the beginning of the race to steer clear of some of those really nasty wrecks. And so did my teammate Sean Wallenfels. He also performed some black magic, and it was just a lot of luck. And I haven't ran that bottom like that, especially at this track, since early 2017. So the bottom is pretty rusty down there for me, and I'm just glad I could run it, like I used to. And fortunately, I am a cushion driver, I feel, by nature. It just wasn't there at all. Tried it a few times. Didn't really want to go right in front of Justin Thomas when he was running it the whole time. That's just kind of shitty of me to do. So I left him that line and stayed on the bottom and just started picking them off one by one. Really, what helped me were just steering clear of the wrecks, especially coming out of turn 2. It was super slick, and that was really a cause for most of the manglement.
If I'm not mistaken, I think Mr. Roberts was telling us that you were making a move here recently, so that's why we've not seen you in the seat as often as we were used to. But now we've seen you a lot here in the past couple of weeks, and it definitely complicated to hop back in after a little while. But with the way Black Diamond performed tonight, I mean, you guys had 4 guys up there battling for top 5 positions. It's got to make it a little bit of an easier transition as you get back going here.
Yeah, we actually very recently figured out how to qualify, so it's a lot easier to run well in these races starting 5th to 10th or on the pole, on the podium, whatever, versus I usually start like 18th to 20th place. So that's made it a lot easier, especially last night at Linear when it was pretty tough to pass, or Tuesday at Linear, I should say. That's a major cause of it, and I feel like we got really good feature sets now. Even if it is on the bottom, they're built for the cushion, but I feel like if you build a car to cater the cushion, it'll be good on the bottom too. So yeah, I'm just really proud of these guys who've been putting in a lot of good work lately, a lot of meaningful work, not just getting on and practicing, but we've been figuring things out, and hopefully we can make our way back to the top. We've kind of grown pretty complacent here in the last 2 or 3 months, versus the beginning of the year. We were on kind of a hot streak, so glad we could finally start actually racing competitively again.
Well, there you have it. Congratulations on that 3rd place finish, and we wish you luck going forward into the rest of the season.
Thank you, AJ.
So there you have it. That's your top 3 from race 2 in the USA International Speedway. We are into Friday morning, past midnight. Everybody's tired, ready to go to bed, but we appreciate each and every one of you hanging out with us here tonight on Twitch or in the Facebook chat. We will be back at you next week with another DOB special event, the Knoxville 410 Nationals. Chris, you've got all kinds of crazy stuff cooked up for this bad boy, don't you?
Kind of.
I know he's been talking about, how do we, let's figure out how we're going to do this, passing points, this and that and everything else. We had a lot of fun with the 360 Nationals, so I do not expect the 410 Nationals to be any different. We will hope you guys join us next Tuesday when we get started. Probably 9
Monday.
o'clock start next Tuesday.
Monday.
Monday. I quit.
Monday.
I'm done. Monday.
4-day show for the 410 Nationals.
4-day show for the Knoxville 410 Nationals. So we will be back on Monday night to have some more fun. We hope you will enjoy and join us for all of the DOB action. Thank you for hanging out with us here tonight. We will catch you next time. See ya.